Namaste and welcome. Welcome to June 2016.
Wow, this is such a powerful and profound time on the planet. And Shri and I suspect that you're already feeling that. If you were to kind of scroll back and look at your May, remember we had that powerful retrograde. We had all of that energy of resolution come forward. And we also had Mercury transit the sun. We had all these extraordinary events. And here we are in June, which is the second month of the spin of the Metratronic star. So things are starting to get big.
You know, the spinning of the Metratronic star can be understood in different ways because things that happen are brought through the filter of your own discernment, your own level of understanding.
Indeed.
And the one thing I just want to mention to you in a general sense is it means there is a continued acceleration. The capacity to manifest has been increased because the opening to the cosmos is increased. So think about that for a moment. Manifestation is the application of the cosmic energy in conjunction with your individual will. So what are you willing into existence?
Ooh, that's so powerful. And you know, I'm sitting here holding all of our Shiva eyes, and if you don't know about these incredible Shiva eye stones, send us an email and we'll send you lots of information. And I'm going to place mine down here on our violet Shiva altar, but I was called to hold those. And one of the things that's important to recognize, and part of the reason that we're working with all of these tools right now, is that a lot is in manifestative flow. So here we are in June, and the word for June is about flow and expansion, or expanding flow. So when a wave comes in, right? If you're at the ocean and you're there and it's a beautiful day and you're watching the waves come in, they're tranquil. There's an invitation, there's a flow, a give and a take, a blessing and a receiving. Or if you're there during a terrible storm, they are overwhelming and they're pounding and you are helpless against the wave. This is the best way we can describe the June energy on the planet between the third dimensional experience and the fifth dimensional experience. The question is going to be, are you resisting the flow and standing in the middle of the storm, or are you willing to open up your heart, open up your arms and receive the flow? This is going to be a big pivot month for the rest of the year.
You know, a pivot month means that you're going to start seeing the fruition of that which was intended earlier together with the acceleration. So let's consider for a moment that the mass consciousness, the soup of density, is the slowest to respond. Those of you that are plugged into the energetic flow that's happening, that you may find yourself straddling between conventional consciousness, 3D, versus ascended consciousness, what we're referring to as fifth dimensional consciousness. As we vacillate, we create a wobble. Are you creating or are you declining? Are you lifting or are you compressing? As we anchor in the truth of our divine connection, however you understand that to be, it means with love in your heart, with trust in your brain, stop imposing earthly concepts upon the world and instead say, hey, there's a grand revelation happening. There's a grand thing happening on our planet. And I can either contribute love into this birthing, or I can contribute fear and reactionary energy and try to put Pandora back in the box.
And so because of that, remember that the Metratronic star started spinning in May. Okay, so it opened up earlier in the year. It started spinning in May. It's going to spin May, June, July, August, September. It's a 5-month spin that basically then anchors and opens up the last 3 months of the year. We'll talk more about that come August. What's important to know right now is that June and July are the oomph months of the spin. So everything is going to start spinning really fast, meaning if you are in chaos, you're going to watch that chaos get tighter and bigger around you. If you are in trust, you're going to watch that trust expand and you're going to start having extraordinary serendipitous things happen to you. Remember that you can dance in and dance out with these energies. However, this is a 5-month spin, and May got us ready for it. June starts a propulsion energy, almost like, as Shree's mentioned before, the centrifuge. Now, this is going to be kind of like a mini energy inside the 5 months, and that mini energy is going to be June, July, and half of August. These are going to be the peak energy moments over the next few months. And with these, remember, everything that you put in place during that retrograde in May is getting ready to manifest in your life. And most likely for a lot of you, you're already starting to see that. The key is, and I always enjoy this so much from Archangel Zadkiel, keep your eyes on the divine at all times. The ultimate namaste. The divine in me honors and sees the divine in you. When you gaze into the eyes of those around you, see the divine aspects, regardless of the word. Remember that words are incredibly misunderstood. Words are limited. Vocabulary is limited. We're limited by language. We're limited by all the different ways that we communicate. Your heart-centered in fifth dimensional energy, receiving the flow of June, will expand out your universe in ways that will blow your mind.
You know, and that's really a magic phrase. The heart energy out into the universe will expand things beyond your density brain's ability to conceive.
Yeah.
You know, especially in the YouTube community, there's always lots of controversy, false flag events, and grand conspiracies. Really what's going on is that the density consciousness is seeking to conserve itself. It wants your energy. Yeah, there'll be another false flag event. Yes, things are happening.
Especially between June and middle of
about halfway
August.
through, we're going to see
a lot.
something that'll trigger fear and reaction. Now consider for a moment, who benefits from fear and reaction? Those energies help sustain a momentum that is counterproductive to your lift.
Yeah.
If you move into fear and reaction, then you're going to get exactly the opposite of what you're desiring. You're going to get more fear
and more reaction.
If we're able to smile and go, oh, there it is.
Hello.
and beam love into that soup, you're going to continue to lift and forgive them. They know not what they do.
That's really the motto for this time, is forgive them, they know not what they do. Remember, my angels, that judgment is the ultimate separator. When we judge, we are cutting off our flow of the divine, and we are unable to see the divine at all times. When we keep our eyes on the divine at all times, then the divine flow comes through us, manifests as us, and this is how we truly change the world. One loving, enhanced divine flow meeting another, another, another. And I know that might sound simplistic, however, the reality is the greatest gift you can give the world in June is to lead the best life possible, to really be yourself. You know, recently, I think it was on one of our radio shows, I talked about you got to come out of the closet of who you really are, and that's well beyond
authenticity. Goes beyond a political party
and beyond one affiliation or another. Live the truth of who you are. You know, if you're like me, if you're a clairvoyant and you have the blessing of working with beings from other realms all the time, try to avoid being afraid to display who you really are. Trust that the divine has offered you these gifts. No matter who you are, angel, you are safe to be yourself when you trust the universe to take care of you, and when you listen to that little voice within that might say, maybe it's time to move, maybe it's time to go somewhere you've never gone before, maybe it's time to hook up with new people, maybe it's time to say goodbye to some things you've been doing for no good reason other than it stops you from being the truth of who you are. That's flow, and that's oneness with the spin of the Metronian star. Remember, we've got, in a way, we kind of have this reprieve with this 5-month spin cycle that we're in right now. But what happens in a spin cycle? Everything that's not meant to be gets out. And so, come out, be you, let your love be heard. Don't worry about using your voice. May it be your presence, because when you're living your life from the truth of who you are, regardless of what happens on the planet, and we're in for a big, momentous time on the planet. Like I said, June through middle of August, a lot's coming down. It's flow, and it's going to be wave after wave after wave. How you deal with those waves starts in your heart. It lifts through the throat, frees your truth, anchors in your intuition and the trust of the universe, and then beams out like a beautiful jeweled crown that ignites everyone around you just because they're around you.
Beloveds, trust your hearts, meditate often, trust your guidance, and know that all is really, truly well.
And for June, join us at Shri and Kara Live, our radio show, because we have some really powerful topics this month. We are broadcasting live every Sunday at noon Pacific time in the United States. And if you catch us live, you can even call into the show where we offer free mini soul readings, answer your questions in real time. And if you can't catch us live, grab our app. Just go to the Apple App Store, type in Shri and Kara Live, and grab our app, and you can listen to the podcast anytime. We offer this show every Sunday, and we have done so now for about 10 years.
10 years.
And we offer this as our community service to you. Stay connected. Take a moment, listen to the podcast, give yourself the blessing of community that's supporting you. And hey, if it's your turn to call in and get in on the air, we would love to say hello. June is the flow of the divine wave. And so may it be a beautiful, gentle blessing for you as you anchor in your fifth dimensional experience. Namaste.